The monster and the puffer fish. In the heart of a deep reef where the sunlight barely reached, lived two creatures who never seemed to get along. The monster was massive, scarred, and grumpy. His presence alone sent ripples through the water, and his deep growl could shake the shells off the ocean floor. Most sea creatures feared him and kept their distance, all except one. The pufferfish, small yet fierce, refused to be intimidated. She was loud, spiky, and bold. What she lacked in size, she made up for in attitude. Every time she saw the monster, she would puff up dramatically and throw words sharper than her quills. "Could you stop stomping like you own the ocean?" she'd snap. "Could you stop pretending your anger makes you any bigger?" he would growl back. Their arguments were legendary, ridiculous, endless, and strangely expected. The other creatures had learned to stay out of their way, knowing that the two always found something to fight about. But what no one knew was that these daily fights had become something more. The monster didn't roar for anyone else, and the pufferfish never puffed up for anyone else either. They never admitted it, but in the chaos of their arguments there was comfort. They came back to each other every day, not because they wanted war, but because they couldn't imagine the reef without their strange connection. Then, one day, she didn't show up. The monster waited by the rocks where they always met, trying not to look like he was waiting. The water was quieter than usual. No puffing, no sarcastic remarks. No one to interrupt his brooding. "She probably found someone else to annoy," he muttered. But when the next day came and she still wasn't there, something inside him tightened. He searched the reef, pretending it was nothing. Just curiosity. But each empty current, each silent coral corner, made the ache inside him grow. Days passed, still no sign of her. The monster, once the loudest thing in the reef, went silent. He didn't roar. He didn't move. He waited. And in that silence he understood. The arguments weren't just fights, they were conversations, connections, bonds. The pufferfish had been the only one brave enough to challenge him, to stay, to care in her own stubborn, spiky way. She wasn't his enemy. She was the only creature who made him feel seen. Now she was gone, and the ocean had never felt colder. He passed the same rock every day, hoping. Every tiny shadow made his heart twitch. Maybe it was her, but it never was. No one argued with him anymore. No one stayed. And so the monster learned the hardest truth, that sometimes the loudest fights hide the quietest love, and sometimes we only realize someone mattered once they stop showing up. In the reef that never slept, the monster remained, no longer roaring, no longer angry, just waiting for someone who might never return.